I stared at her, completely lost. What are you talking about? Maya glanced over her shoulder, as if afraid someone might be listening. Then she leaned closer and whispered a single sentence that shattered everything I thought I knew. Leia wasn't cheating with someone, Ethan. She was cheating on someone else. And you were part of it. For a few seconds, my brain froze. I couldn't process the words. What do you mean I was part of it? I asked, my voice unsteady. Maya's face darkened. Leia wasn't single when you met her, Ethan. She told you she was, but she wasn't. There was someone else, someone she never really left. You were her escape plan. And when it stopped feeling like freedom, she ran back to him. The ground seemed to shift beneath me. All those memories that once felt warm suddenly turned cold, toxic. The night she showed up crying at my door, saying she'd fought with her ex, it wasn't a breakup. It was a pause. I wasn't her forever. I was her distraction. I wanted to deny it, to tell myself Maya was mistaken. But deep down, I already knew. The late-night calls she took outside, the messages she deleted, the sudden mood swings after checking her phone. I'd seen it all and chosen not to. Because love makes denial feel noble. Maya looked at me with something between guilt and pity. I'm sorry. I just thought you deserved the truth. I told her years ago, secrets like that always rot from the inside. Then she turned and walked away, leaving me under that flickering streetlight with an ache I couldn't name. I didn't drive home right away. I just walked. I needed air, even if every breath hurt. Back in my apartment, I poured a drink and sat in the dark. The silence wasn't peaceful or sad anymore. It was hollow. I replayed every word Leia ever said, every laugh, every apology. Each one now felt rehearsed. Somewhere between the first and second glass, my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. You talked to Maya. I froze. Another text followed. Whatever she told you, she doesn't know everything. It was her.
Leia. I didn't respond.
For the first time in years, I had nothing left to say. But the messages kept coming. I didn't want to hurt you. I just couldn't keep pretending. You were the only real part of my life, Ethan. I stared at the screen until the words blurred. It's cruel how people can destroy you and still seek forgiveness to ease their own guilt. After a long pause, I typed back, real love doesn't start with lies. Then I blocked her. The next few days blurred together. Work. Silence. Sleep. Repeat. My friends noticed, but I didn't talk. How could I? How do you admit that 5 years of love were built on borrowed emotions? That the woman you thought you lost was never really yours? A few evenings later, Maya called. She moved, she said quietly. Left the city. Didn't tell anyone where. I exhaled a breath I didn't know I was holding. Good, I replied. Maya hesitated. I didn't tell you to hurt you, Ethan. I told you because I've seen too many people waste their lives loving ghosts. Yeah, I said softly. I know. There was a pause. Then she added something I'll never forget. You're not the fool, Ethan. You're just the one who loved honestly. That line stayed with me long after the call ended. Weeks slipped into months. Slowly, the ache dulled. I stopped replaying the lies. I started noticing life again. The smell of coffee in the morning, the sound of rain on the windows, the way the city turned gold at sunset. One afternoon, I saw Maya again in a bookstore. We talked for a while, not about Leia, but about life, work, small things. She laughed easily. And for the first time in a long time, so did I. Before leaving, she said something that settled deep inside me. You can't blame yourself for loving someone broken, but you can stop breaking yourself trying to fix them. That night, I went home and deleted the last photo I had of Leia. No anger, no sadness, just release. It's strange how endings work. Sometimes they sound like heartbreak, other times like peace. She once said she felt nothing anymore, and for a long time, I thought that was the cruelest thing I'd ever hear. But now I understand. Maybe feeling nothing isn't the end. Maybe it's where healing begins. Because the moment I finally stopped feeling her, I started feeling alive again. I can still hear the exact sound of her voice that day. Steady, distant, almost casual, like she was listing errands instead of ending 5 years of love. "Ethan," she said softly, eyes fixed on the coffee cup between her hands. "I just feel nothing anymore." No shouting. No tears. Just that quiet confession that sliced my life clean in half before and after. For a moment, I couldn't move. My brain refused to understand what she meant. I waited for a smile, for her to say she was joking, that she was exhausted. But her gaze stayed empty, calm, far away. "Nothing?" I asked. "You mean for me?" She gave a small nod. That single motion told me everything. Her name was Leah. We met in college. She used to say love could mend anything. I believed her. I believed us. I thought we were unbreakable. But somewhere between paychecks, pressure, and the quiet monotony of everyday life, love suffocated. I didn't fight. I didn't plead. I just stood, placed cash on the table, and walked out. She didn't stop me. The door shut behind me with the sound of something final. Weeks passed, and my apartment grew heavier with silence. I told myself I'd done the right thing. You can't revive what's already gone. But her words haunted me at night, colder with each echo. I feel nothing anymore. I deleted photos, boxed up memories, even changed my route to avoid that cafe. But grief is strange. It hides in small things. In the faint scent of her shampoo on an old hoodie. In the song we once played while cooking. A month later, I ran into her best friend, Maya, at a birthday dinner. I almost didn't recognize her. Shorter hair, sharper presence, the kind that comes from loss or truth. She smiled, but something was off.
"Ethan."
"It's been a while." "Yeah," I said, awkward. "How's Leah?" She hesitated. "She's figuring things out." I nodded, pretending not to care, but her voice trembled slightly, and it twisted something inside me. All evening, she kept glancing my way, not with interest, but with conflict. When I got up to leave, she followed. "Ethan, wait." We stood outside beneath the yellow streetlight. The air smelled like coming rain. She looked uneasy, guilty even. "I probably shouldn't tell you this," she whispered, "but I can't stay silent anymore." My pulse thudded. "Tell me what?" Maya exhaled, her eyes flickering down, then back to mine. Leah didn't stop feeling. She just redirected those feelings. I frowned. "What do you mean?" She stepped closer, her voice dropping lower. "She's been seeing someone."
"For a while now."
"Even before she told you she felt nothing." The words hit like a blow. I'd imagined distance, maybe indifference, but betrayal? That was different. My throat tightened. "You're sure?" She nodded. "I saw them together. More than once. I warned her it was wrong, but she said she'd end it soon. Then she told you that lie instead." The world seemed to shrink. My chest grew heavy. "Why tell me this now?" I asked quietly. Maya hesitated, then murmured something that froze me where I stood. "Because she's not the only one keeping secrets, Ethan. And if you're not careful, you'll find out just how deep this really goes."